Okay, hello folks, I'm K with North771 and welcome back to another amazing video. Today we're going to be looking at the Astro C-40s and the Scuf Reflex Pros. We're going to be comparing these two devices and just kind of see like how they stack up against each other. So no, first let me actually remove these. These are not necessarily not important. So these are just the cases where the controllers are held. So those are not important. So we're going to be looking at the Astro C-40s and we're also going to be looking at the Scuf Reflex Pros. So first I wanted to do an Astro C-40 video, but I realized something. The Astro C-40s are pretty old and been out for quite some time now. So a lot of people would be interested in seeing and learn a little bit more about the Astro C-40s. So I'm guessing a lot of folks probably would be more interested in seeing the Scuf Reflex Pros because now they're out now. So what's amazing also is that you can actually go ahead and customize your Scuf Reflex Pro right now. So that option is available for you to do on the Scuf website. So that's amazing. So now you can customize. So no more limitations on the Scuf Reflex Pro. You can customize it and build your own version of the Scuf. So first I want to talk about the feel. So we'll talk about the feel of the Astro C-40. We'll talk about the feel of the Scuf Reflex. So obviously the Scuf Reflex has a similar factor in terms of like feel in terms of the DualSense, which I think has the best feeling controller right now. It feels really well in the hand. It's easy to press the back buttons. I can press all 4 back buttons very easily when it comes to the Scuf. So the Astro C-40 feels extremely amazing in the hand, to be honest, and the buttons are super easy to press. When it comes to buttons versus pedals, these are pedals, they're buttons. I definitely would go with the pedals more. I think I'm more of a pedal type of guy. So I would say just the feel of the controller, I definitely would say that the Astro C-40 will have to take this round because the Astro C-40s feels a lot better in the hands in terms of playing, and moreover you can also switch these components around so you can have different feels. So the Astro C-40s definitely will, I would say, feels a little bit better than the Scuf Reflex, even though it's a PS5 form factor. So the next thing we'll talk about is that we're going to talk about the components. So the Astro C-40 definitely uses the older USB input, and the Scuf uses the PS5 component, so it uses USB-C. I'm more of a USB-C type of person, but it's not really a big deal if you use the USB-C versus the older USB. It works out the same. I think it does the same. I don't think there's a big difference, but that's probably something that folks would probably want to know. So when it comes to the capabilities, so when we talk about capabilities, like what can you really do with these two controllers? So these two controllers can be programmed. So the Scuf can be programmed, and you can program it. You can have 3 different profiles on here. So in order to activate the profile, actually has to be on first. And then you could use this button right here to activate different profiles. And if you want to remap any profile, you just press and hold it on the buttons that you want, and it's going to flash, and that gives you the option to go ahead and remap this controller to any profile you want. So very similar with the Astro C-40s. You can also program the Astro C-40s as well. There's a button at the back here that you can have 2 different binds. I think to program the Astro C-40, you just gotta press this button right here, hold it, and then you can press whatever buttons, and then you can whatever button you want to map to the back part of it, so you can definitely go ahead and create your binds for the buttons. So you can definitely remap these 2 back pedals. So when it comes to the pedal itself, obviously the Astro C-40 has 2 pedals. The Scuf Reflex Pro has 4 pedals. And when it comes to binding using 4 pedals with 2 pedals, I personally only use 2 pedals for Warzone, for slide canceling mainly, and for like whenever I'm like trying to whenever I'm in a head glitch and I want to like snake a little bit, I love to have just the 2 pedals. Fine for me. I'm more than okay with just just having the 2 pedals. So when it comes to the build of both these controls, both of them are built extremely well. Obviously this is a pre-built Scuf, and you can definitely have it be customized. So definitely this will be a plus for other people who want to customize your controller. The C-40 does not give you the option to customize it. It's more of like a general controller. It comes in black, and you just gotta go with whatever you kind of get. Another factor that's very important for you folks to take into consideration too is that the Astro C-40s, these will only be compatible with PlayStation 4 and PCs. So this would not be compatible with the PlayStation 5 games. So this can be played on PlayStation 5, but it has to be a PlayStation 4 and a PlayStation 5 for it to work. And obviously the PlayStation 5 controller, because the Scuf Reflex is on the PlayStation 5 controller form factor, you can use it on PlayStation 5. With PlayStation 5 games, you can also use PlayStation 4 games, and you can also use it on PC. So this is a little bit more compatible in terms of like, you know, in terms of compatibility, like for using, because on different consoles. Well, I would say that like this would definitely be better by a long stretch, only because, you know, PlayStation 5 is becoming more and more available. I know a lot of folks still have a hard time getting their hands on a brand new PS5, but you know, as it becomes more and more available, I definitely think people would want to go with the PlayStation 5 versus the PlayStation 4 base controller. So this is definitely a PlayStation controller, and it has the nice Xbox feel to it. So a lot of people would probably like that a lot in terms of the controller. So we'll talk about the pricing. So at the time, I think these goes for $209.99, and this one goes for $229.99. So if I got the price wrong on the Astros, I'm going to put the price right here for the Astro C-40, and I'm also going to put the price here for the Scuf Reflex Pro. But nevertheless, the Scuf Reflex Pro costs a lot more. And to be honest with you, like the Pros doesn't even come with the instant triggers, which is a major bummer. The one good thing I would say about the Scuf Reflexes though is that you can actually change your thumbstick. So you can remove this part right here, and you can definitely go ahead and plug in any thumbsticks that you want on the Scufs. So if you want to go ahead and get the original PlayStation 5, or you want to get another thumbsticks, like extreme thumbstick, you can definitely go ahead and purchase it from my website as well. So the link should be in the description if you guys want to go ahead and purchase that. So I have a lot of them for sale on there as well. In terms of the Astro C-40, I think this Astro C-40 is just an amazing controller. It works extremely well. It's extremely durable as well. Like this thing, it packs like a tank. Now, one of the greatest thing about the C-40, what other people like to purchase these controllers, is that you can change these modules. So all these components can be removed. So the thumbstick obviously can be changed, but beyond the thumbstick just being able to change is that you can go ahead and change out these modules, just in case if you have a stick drift or anything like that. Another amazing thing about the C-40s is that you can adjust the triggers. So you can use this button at the back, and you can adjust the triggers. If you want more of like an instant trigger, you can put it down, and you can have an instant trigger feel to it. And obviously, when in your little pouch that comes with the C-40s, so if I take my pouch right here, is that you have different triggers available, and this is the component that I was telling you folks about, that you can go ahead and plug that in. Obviously comes with the USB key as well, that you can go ahead and fit in, and also comes the removable tool in here that you can use. So this is a removable tool you can use to remove this part right here, and you can change these. You can change the components here, just in case if it starts drifting. You can buy these online for like cheap. It's like $10 or $5 for one of these ones. So they're pretty cheap, easy to repair, easy to go ahead and replace them. So if I was to look at the Scuf, like what comes out of the Scuf, this is a Scuf box. It doesn't come with a changeable case like the Astro C-40s. Obviously C-40s are pretty much used, so that's the reason why they look like that. But if you look into the Scuf box, one thing that comes in there that a lot of folks might find useful is that the Scuf, it does come with a nice Scuf base cord. I haven't used that cord. It also comes with two domed interchangeable thumbsticks. So these are like a little bit higher, one's lower. And you can go ahead and change those ones out if you guys want to have like a higher thumbstick on the right part of it. Scuf also sell these at scuff.com as well if you guys want to go ahead and purchase extra ones. So I remember like a lot of folks were complaining about the older PlayStation 4 thumbsticks, because these would go out a lot, and a lot of people were complaining about that. So it's nice to see that you have that option to change it. So if you want to go ahead and, as I said, put in an original PS5 one or extreme one, you can definitely go ahead and do that. Link in the description if you want to go ahead and support the channel and also purchase a new one. Alright folks, so I tried to cover as much as I can about these two controllers, to the Scuf and also the C-40s. So if you folks have any questions about these two controllers, definitely go ahead and put that in the description of this video, and I'll be sure to answer. I always answer every single question that folks ask on this channel. So if you have any questions about these controllers, I will be sure to answer them in the comment section. So for controllers like these and a lot more, don't forget to keep gaming. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I can't wait to see you in the next video. If you haven't done so already, consider liking, subscribing to the channel as well to help the channel grow, and have a good one. Peace.